So, friends on YouTube, please let me know if you can. Yes, if you can get me or the sound. If the sound is very clear and loud enough. So, good evening and welcome to Bayegun's Diary. Tonight, I was meant to comb my hair, but I don't know. I will just manage it that way. Good evening. It's an open mic tonight, which means you'll be able to call in as usual. So the Buhari, I mean what do you call it? Sowore brought Buhari to power. Yeah. Tonight, please don't disturb us. We have heard you loud and clear. Okay, so thank you. That you you are still very much hot. You are still very much angry, bitter, upset. We understand you, but please keep it to yourself. Tonight, we want to talk to ourselves. We want to use tonight to commend those Nigerians who came out today. So, in fact, today we should have a consensus, a sort of, a consensus, a sort of an agreed, how should I put it? Like, let's agree tonight that even though Buhari and APC, they are doing their madness and they are doing all the abuse of power and so on in Nigeria, and they have their own supporters. They have those who hail them. They have those who praise them. They have those who defend them. But at this junction, I think we should all agree that there are Nigerians who are very much patriotic. They are not humbled slaves. They are not obedient fools. They are not those who have accepted fate, those who have agreed that their destiny is meant to be what it is right now. Poor, struggling, hardship, and so on, fear. So we need to agree on that tonight. Thank you so much for so many of you who came out today, starting from Dejade Yonju and the other comrades who stood their ground in Abuja and in Lagos. We saw again the opportunity to expose to the world the tyranny that is breeding and growing in Nigeria. Nigeria is meant to be a democracy, by the way, but Nigeria is no longer a democratic country. We must all agree and accept this reality. You may say those that have been persecuted today, more than 30 Nigerians who are currently locked up in different cells across, in different prisons across the country, in the name of the either criticize the state government or the federal government. So many of them have gone missing in the last 100 days. 100 days into the next level, right? So we have to say thank you to you guys. We saw that. We saw what you did today, exposing the lies, the reformed Democrats, the fraud sold to us. And also, we will talk about the new social media bill. They can call it whatever name they want to call it. Let me be honest with you. They are not interested in fighting any hate speech. I remember the last time I had Comrade Ijele on this platform from Turkey. Our dear brother sort of took us the memory lane, told us things that we probably just took for granted, things we never really probably pay attention to about how they are using their little power they have today to untwist and then to oppress, suppress every decent Nigerians, every dissenting view in Nigeria is a target. And we are all going to become a target one way or the other because you will complain at some point. You may be comfortable today, you may think it's none of your business and so on, but it will get to you and you will complain. And guess what? All these jargons, all this madness will be meted at you as well. Whether you voted for Buhari or you didn't vote for Buhari, it will happen. So the line will be opened for those who want to make contribution tonight. And I want to make it broad in a way that, listen, we always have about 300, 400 people watching Mayegun's Diary live. But unfortunately, at the end of the program, you will barely see 200, 300 people shared the broadcast. So if you are joining me now, do not be that stingy. Do not be that selfish. Just click that share button on your screen. Share it on your own platforms. Share this on your own page. So I have a first caller because it's going to be about open mic tonight. The death of rule of law in Nigeria. Everyone is going to be a victim of it. Good evening. Your name and where you're calling from?
Hello, good evening, brother.
Adiola, is that you?
This is Adiola calling from Netherlands.
How are you, my brother? Good evening.
Thank you very much, brother.
It's good to have you.
May God continue to bless you with this work you are doing.
And
God
you
continue
too.
to bless you for us.
And you too, Baba.
What I have to say is not much. Democracy is dead in Nigeria. Whether I would like it or not, Nigeria is now becoming Cameroon and Syria.
I actually wanted to say that too. Do you know that, Adiola? Paul Biya, with the way they are ruling Cameroon right now, well, not right now, for a long time now, Nigeria is actually inching towards that. Do you know that? Inching towards that.
Yeah, we are there now. We are there. It's growing gradually. Because I was at work today and I was watching how these guys were tear gassing these protesters. I was, oh my God, so sad to watch. It's so sad. So what about the bail conditions we met? The 50 million, the 70 million, all this money, what do they want to do? So the money is gone. The Shorty and the other guys, So
before now, you know what? Before now, Adiola, they will say, why don't you come back home and bail your brother? Why don't you raise money and bail your Sowore? Why can't this and that do this or that to get Sowore out? Where are Sowore's lawyers? Where are those shorties? I'm going to tell you about the game they're actually playing with Sowore tonight as well. Now that he has met all the bail conditions and all of that, why the drama? Why are those who are asking us to come home and bail Sowore no longer telling us now that, now that you fulfilled what they asked for, then the government too should fulfill its own part of the bargain. Why are they not asking that? Some of them are still asking us to come back home and bail Sowore.
Do you even know what they are saying now? They are saying DG is coming online to talk about the money they gave him because it's just 1 billion naira. If it was more than that, he would have come online to shout that his conscience is clear and all those things. I was like, what kind of people? Where do we get these people from? Like, it's so sad.
They go really
I
tough.
I want you to thank Adeyoju Deji and other comrades that came out for the protest. It's not easy. These guys have the mind, the balls, where everyone are running, hiding. So what they did, I give them the kudos. It's not really easy.
So with the way things are going right now, Adiola, if I have to put it to you, straightforward, that where do you see Nigeria in the next 3-4 years? If things continue like this, where do you see us in 3-4 years?
It's going to be very, very bad and bloody. Because the way I'm seeing it now, like we are really, really regressing. When Jonathan was there, we were still at, let's say, 0. We are beginning to go into, if you look at it as the numbers, we are beginning to go into 1, 2, 3, but we are still at 0. But when Buhari took over, it went back to negative, -10. Let's say -10. We haven't gotten to the positive side of things.
In 4 years, though.
Yeah, it's just 4 years. You can imagine. Just 4 years. But my question is, why are they keeping Sowore now? Like, what did they want to use him for? Do they want to rearrange him again for a judge that will say, okay, he needs to be hanged to death or something, the same way they did Sowore and Ogonina? Is that what they are looking for? Because I don't really understand anymore. Is it the problem of the country?
Let's hear from others too, Adiola. Let's hear from others too. It's too early in the program, so yeah, we'll get to hear majority of other people as well, and then diverse opinions too. Thank you, Adiola. Yeah. Okay. So I read there where one of our Usually, some of the time, right? Let me also say this quickly. There are those that were actually like being paid peanuts to troll social media pages. You should know this. There were those that were paid, and most of the time, if you click on the profiles of those who are mostly speaking up for or in defense of those rogues in government, mm, you will realize that some of them are actually fake accounts that one way or the other, Facebook won't do anything about, but rather come for a genuine platform like ours for suspension and so on. So most of them are like that. They are paid. So you need to open like many faceless accounts. Just put different pictures of either Oshibade or Lifeless Buhari or anybody. Just put anything in and just go out there. Wherever you see anything, just go after them. It doesn't really have to make any sense. Number one, when people ask us and say, why don't you go and free your Sowore? Why don't you go and bail your Sowore? Number one, we are not thugs. We are not criminals. It's just that we are dealing with a criminal government, a terrorist government. That is what Buhari's government is. Let me be honest with you. That is what his government is, right? So we are dealing with a lawless government, a terrorist government, right? That will never, ever do the right thing the right way. So you kidnapped someone without court warrant. You kept him away illegally for months. Then eventually he got a court grant, which is the right thing to do. Faced the court and the court granted him bail once. You refused to release him because you are just a lawless government ruling over a supposed beautiful country that is now a lawless country. So we are not thugs. You wouldn't expect us to start buying guns, right? And invade DSS office. Maybe that is actually what they want us to do so that they can have something to justify their illegality. They are refusing to obey court order. That is the point. Not come home, stop shouting on Facebook, come back home and free Sowore. If you are intelligent enough, if you are sound enough, if you are sane enough, you would know that that's actually the most stupid thing to say. What would I do? What would many of us on social media right now do that people haven't done in Nigeria already? You kidnapped him. People didn't start burning houses. People didn't start rioting. People didn't start killing people. You took him to court. He had his lawyer represented him. The court gave a judgment. You refused to honor it. You took him to another court. The court granted him another bail, a stringent bail condition. He met all the bail conditions. You refused to honor that. Then all you could say is, my friend, come back home and free your Sowore. I know we have a problem of education. We do. But guess what? We have done everything the right way. The right way things should be done in a saner climate. But we are dealing with mad people. We are dealing with criminals with power. We are dealing with lawless people. We are dealing with ignorant people. And we are dealing with heartless and wicked, visionless people. So you can imagine what we are dealing with here. And we are also dealing with a mob, an ignorant mob, illiterate, divided mob. That makes it even more complicated. You shouldn't ask us to come back home and do what? To be his lawyer? He has his lawyer there. To be his shorties? Okay, he's fulfilled his shorties. What would you want us to come and do? Because we are among the threats to those who keep you oppressed. I'm talking to those of you who are asking us to come back home to free Sowore. It's either you are just an illiterate or you are just someone who is wallowing in your own abject ignorance, or you are just nothing. Absolute nothing. A faceless idiot that probably feels so powerful, hiding behind a name that is not even yours. Either of all of this. So let's continue. Today, people came out to demand that DSS should honor the court order. And let me tell you what they are planning to do. It is not far-fetched. It's not hard to know. Very easy. That was the same deal they put together for Nnamdi Kanu. It's a deal that makes the establishment, if you go after the establishment will come after you so strongly, right? Then they will also build a leeway for you to make a deal with them. They will make it look like it's a no-deal thing. But they will also build a way for you to make a deal with them. And this deal they are going to put together, they will put their own people, their own colleagues, their other politicians to stand in for you. They can even bring you a con artist, a fake pastor. You know what I mean? To stand for you, man of God. So they will do this because that will be in their own time. So it means that wherever you go, you see, you will be putting those people in problem. Meanwhile, there's no problem you are putting anybody. It's just all game, all kangaroo arrangements. Sowore is not going to go anywhere, and they know that. Sowore is not going to make deal with them, and they know that. So they believe that, okay, maybe when you know that there is no other court that is going to free you, we will abuse the court order. We will disobey the court order. Nothing is going to happen. This is Nigeria. And that's what they are doing. So that they can one day say, oh, one Yoruba politician, one senator, or a group of some senators, they came together, some group of obas, they came together. They are the ones that they are going to hand Sowore over to. Oh, they are going to hand Sowore over to one Baba Gio or Mama Gio or anywhere somewhere. RNG, that's the plan. And Sowore is not going to play ball. He's not going to play ball. He's done everything legally, as the way is expected of him. But they won't honor that. I will continue I will continue on the social media bill now. I'll tell you their plan as well. Good evening, my brother. Your name and where you are calling from.
Hello, Mayegun. Good evening. This is Goodness calling from Lagos, Nigeria.
Goodness, my brother. How are you tonight?
I'm very fine. Thank you for doing the good work. Please don't be carried away with what this set of people who don't have common sense have to say. It is clear we are being ruled by a tyrant. You see, when I was with people today in Lagos, and a friend of mine sent a message to me, and it was like, you don't have time, you don't have job. If you have job, you won't be going to protest for them to free Sowore. The same Sowore that brought Buhari into power.
Can you imagine?
The question I keep asking this youth who their brain has been brainwashed is, what quota has this young man done to bring Buhari into power? He was only reporting.
He was just a journalist. He's just doing his job. That's what he's doing. He's just doing his job.
Doing his job as an investigative journalist, of which things were not going on the way it ought to go, and that was what he was reporting about. So for you to say that he was the one that brought Buhari into power, then something was wrong with you. Again today, they've just a bill has just passed first reading.
For the social media bill, for the hate speech.
You that this set of people are power drunk, and they will do everything to fight everyone who will want to criticize the government on every purpose. One thing I will keep saying is this: it is high time Nigerians. It's not for us to call people who are in diaspora. I expected that today we will have a lot of youths coming to demand for the release of our comrades. It's not only Sowore we are talking about here.
There are so many people, exactly. There are so many political prisoners now.
We're talking of the likes of Abba Jalingo, who are being held because they are saying nothing but the truth. How long are we going to continue in this, my brother? Talk to a Nigerian youth, they will tell you, you don't have job. That's what is good for him. Let him stay there till infinity.
They have job, goodness.
Yes,
they have job, right? And now everybody is screaming. Many people go to work every day. Do you know that? But yet they are unable to pay their bills because of the hardship in the economy. They complain every day. People who have job complain every day about how tough it is to pay school fees, to pay house rent, to feed, because sometimes they don't even get paid. So what is the difference between them working like slaves And some of you who have volunteered to sacrifice one day, to stand up in solidarity for someone who is asking the country to do the better thing for you, what is the difference between them and you?
My bro, that's the question I've been asking this same set of people. Okay, the fellow who was saying that I have no job has graduated for about 6 years now, and he does not have anything tangible doing. He has applied for all these their nonsense empower. He is getting nothing out from it. Now, who is the right person that's supposed to support this cause? Is he not the one? I have my little business that I'm running, for crying out loud. But is it the same country where I would give back to my child and will still continue in this suffering? I don't know how Nigerians can just think for once. I'm just sick and tired of a nation where even the youths are not ready to bring up a change. If not, by now we should have thousands of youths
on the street. I'm quite impressed, by the way, for you guys today, what you did today. Goodness, I have to be honest with you. I was very impressed that more people actually came out today than before in Abuja, in Lagos. And I was Lagos today. I was Lagos today, by the way.
It went well, just that, the tyrants, because it's not only Buhari that is a tyrant now. Even the DSS and the mobile police are now part of the team. These are the same set of people that we are fighting for their welfare. Go to their barracks in Sowore, go to their barracks in VIA. You will see how dilapidated their buildings are. But this same set of people are the ones stopping us from demanding for a good Nigeria. That's the state of this nation. I just want to plead with everyone, every Nigerian youth who are listening now. Let us stop this Facebook activism. Many of us speak more on Facebook than offline. Let's all come. Whenever there is a mass action, let's all be there. People who are in the diaspora will not stand for us. We must fight for this nation by ourselves. Enough is enough of free him. At times when I see people, when we come online to view actions of what is going on, we have many commentators online than offline. Let's all come out and make this government know that truly we want a good Nigeria. It's not about Sowore. It's not about mandate. It's not about Dadiyata. It's not about the likes of Abba Jalingo. It's about a good and a better Nigeria.
Thank you. Goodness.
And we must rise to this fight. We are not going to use sword. We are not going to use any weapon. But we are going to use our mouth. And we are going to say the truth until the tyrants get out of power. Thank you very much, Mayego.
Have a good evening. Goodness. Thank you so much. That's a goodness from Lagos. Let me tell you how you are affected. Some of you may be laughing. It's funny to you. This is a show. It's good to laugh. I mean, when we talk about what or how you are going to be affected, if you choose to be quiet or if you choose to belong to all these different categories of people who believe that whatever is wrong with their lives right now is caused by Omoyele Sowore. So we can't really help those people. There are people who have these different beliefs. There are those who are still hurting from the loss of the 2015 election, and they are yet to recover from that before the 2019 election articulated Luther's voyage hit the iceberg and then sank. So some of them, the shock is still very much on, and I understand the, you never believe it was going to be really this tough, at least. I understand too. But you may be angry, you may be you may be upset. Yes, I think you have the right to. But let me be honest with you. You see the calamity that is coming. I wish when it hits you, for those who are actually struggling through the economy right now, and they are still comfortable typing, Sowore brought it upon himself. Sowore is this, Sowore is that. You will still have to go out there to deal with the economy Buhari has finally created for everyone. And if you keep keeping quiet, then there's more to come. Sowore is there; they are feeding him, even though he's currently on hunger strike, and we hope that he will obey the court order very soon, and we can, he can be out there safely. But many of you are on hunger strike now for more than 6-7 years, just like what Goodness said earlier. We have young graduates, some of them living the fake life in Lagos. We have this Akube market in Yaba. Some of you have brothers and sisters abroad that send you these, new stuffs and all of that. Some of you also cut deal in a way that at least Yaba will always take care of you and makes you feel like, You are not really worse off, even though you are still going to go back to that house 7-8 years after graduation, hustling, struggling. When they ask you, you say, "Baba, we are still hustling." No. You hustle through school, you hustle through life. You are still very much hustling, even after that same school. Then if we say, Sowore wants something better for you, not for himself, and you laugh, because to you, that's a joke. Well, the joke is on you. Laugh, because it could be funny, at least. But to some of us, it is not. And to so many Nigerians who are also, especially for those who pay bills, by the way. Yeah, those who pay bills, not those who live on people. Okay? They will tell you that it is not funny, right? Where if Sowore brought Buhari to power, if whoever brought Buhari to power, this couldn't have been what they had in mind, or in Nigeria that democracy will be full of the window, and then we'll all be living in fear because we could get arrested anytime for what we say. And that's what the lawmakers are making laws on now. The useless people that make laws, the same law that the court make judgments on, that they fail to obey. The idiots are there in National Assembly, fighting over air condition, fighting over new cars, fighting over hate speech. They want to even establish Ministry of Hate Speech so that they will appoint themselves there so they can start picking us from all over the world. Good evening. Your name and where you are calling from. Can you please turn off the broadcast in a bit so that we can hear ourselves? I don't think this person actually knows that is connected. So you can phone back. Please, if you are calling in, once you are calling in, pay attention to the phone. I can pick it anytime. I know the line is busy and so many people are trying at the same time. So please, when you manage to get through, just, right?
Hello, Michael.
Good evening.
Calling from Spain.
Good evening, Baba. Your name and where you're calling from, sorry.
I'm Clement, calling from Spain.
Clement from Spain. How you doing, Baba?
Yeah. I'm fine.
What do you have for me
thank you very much. Thanks for your effort and your preaching and all that. Well, we begin to pray to God that one day people might, I pray God that people will come to their senses, Somebody who has been in America, he has his business, he has his families living well, coming home to fight for the, I don't know what to, the type of phrase or word to use to classify them, coming to sacrifice, Imagine somebody living without his family for weeks now or months now, and people are there making hell of noise,
Laughing, because it's funny to them.
It's very disappointing, the type of youth Nigerians are creating, not Africans. It's very disappointing, Most of the time you try to reason with people and their I don't know, their mindset, I don't know how to say it.
It's unexplainable. It's unexplainable because, Clement, there's nothing you tell them. They have a question for you. Are you with me? There's nothing you tell them to reason. They will have a question for you. Because there's nothing you want them to do to change the situation if it doesn't involve money. You will never get the majority to follow you. That's why I have to give credit and kudos to those who came out today to show solidarity. I'm very impressed.
It was quite like when I followed up in your diary, it was quite impressive. It was quite impressive.
Compared to 2 days ago. Compared to, I think, was it on Saturday? Compared to Saturday, when Deji and some comrades, they sat out there. You can't compare that to today.
Yeah, exactly. So my brother, it's so disappointing. It was like, as it seems in your diary too, I saw people, a crowd in Yaya Bello's campaign.
Oh, did you see that, Clement?
I was like, oh my God. When you hear some people like, our mom never do.
What you want to tell them? If you wait, whatever you want to tell them. Let me tell you this. You see, we are dealing with those social media herdsmen and bandits, right? We know those ones. They will stand their way. They will talk jargons. They will defend anything. But guess what? They are just about maybe 1% of the real people that make up the number that give power to these people. You saw Yaya Bello party, Forget it, too. That's how they will vote, too. That's how they will vote. That's how they will vote.
That's owing judges. That's owing everybody.
They will vote. Yes.
Such crowd for
Yes.
Yaya Bello. Men, Nigerians are heading to hell. They are heading to hell because there's nothing you can do to save them. There's nothing you can do.
Then when you are, sometimes, Clement, when Mayego is now live, you will now see someone from Kogi State saying, my friend, stop shouting on Facebook. Why don't you come back home and do it for us? I should come and face Yaya Bello for you, the one you will collect 500 from to vote for on Saturday. So I should leave my own comfort here to come and tell you that you shouldn't vote for Yaya Bello. You will see some of them from Osun State, the half-salary state. They will come here and say, my friend, shut up. You are just talking rubbish against Tinubu. What have you done for your people? Why don't you come back home and do it? Come back home and tell you that working for 30 days and collecting half salary is nothing good. So I have to come home and tell you that before you will decide or stop voting for them. Wait, I'm coming. Once I get my plane ticket money, I'll buy it and I'll come home and tell them.
It's very disappointing, The same Yaya Bello that burnt down the SDP office. So most of the time, Buhari, because right from history, like what Sowore said in one of his meetings, Nnamdi Kanu, I'm not a follower of Nnamdi Kanu, but most of the time, I like going to his quotes, Nigerians, maybe they've taken away history from our syllabus, our curriculum, because it's very disappointing. We easily forget about history. Man,
there's no law. See, if I do anything wrong now, Clement, if I do anything wrong, if you do,
for instance,
for instance, go ahead.
I told a friend when immediately Buhari was campaigning, I saw Tinubu them, people like Amechi them, all of them lining behind him. I told him, these people are going to project Buhari for Nigerians. And I told him, Nigerians will never use their head. I told him vividly. And everything, is coming to play. Because one of the speech, when Babangida overthrew Shagari, what were things he complained of? Corruption. Buhari, this Babangida himself, he complained about corruption. He complained about this nepotism.
Abasha came, complain about corruption. Abdul Salami came, saying a corruption in military. Mo go civilian. Obasanjo came, they say na military corruption, na hero in Nigeria. Yaradua came, said corruption in Obasanjo's era, started the power probe under Yaradua. Jonathan came, they say, oh, it is all that. Buhari came now, they say na corruption as well. And another person is going to come in 2023, and he will tell you that we need to kill corruption in order for us to progress. And they will still line up behind him, not caring how he made his money.
Okay, on Sunday evening, I was with some friends, Nigerians, learned people, and somebody brought out this issue of then we were discussing something, and somebody brought out the issue of political parties. It's still very disappointing up to today. Like for instance, the UK you are now.
Yeah.
Political parties have ideology. But in Nigerian political party, there's no conservative, there's no Democrats, there's no nothing.
Share the money.
Got is have pots of money, buy people, cross carpet, don't do whatever thing you like and cross carpet. And nobody is even interested in asking political parties what project do you have for us. What man? It's very, very disappointing and very annoying, It's very disappointing and very annoying.
We'll be following, and then we'll be warning the people.
As much as we can.
Thank you.
Keep on personally.
Thank you, Baba.
Definitely.
Nice one.
It's very difficult to convince friends. Because I'm trying to convince my family that the only way forward, look for a guy, somebody like Sowore. This guy is comfortable in America, but yet he's thinking of you people. He's thinking of a better Nigeria. I told my friend the other day, look at where they don't off light here. It's for you to pay your bill. If you don't pay your fucking bill, that's where they switch you off.
That's right.
That's that type of country everybody should pray for. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Clement. My regards to our guys there in Spain. Thank you. So that's Clement. So I wanted to say something there that you see, if I run into any trouble here, because if I run into any trouble and I break any law, what will happen is that I will expect to be given the opportunity to defend myself and allow the law also to defend me. If I'm guilty, then I'll face the law. But what do we have in Nigeria? If I go to Nigeria today, right, The fact that they know that Mayegun's diary criticize Buhari's government or criticize all these criminals in politics or even their criminal police in uniform and all that. So the moment they don't have to wait for their law, they don't have to use their law or anything to get a hold of me. All they need is just put on a surveillance on me, and the moment they get, and they have the instrument to do all of that, by the way, they can spy on all of us, every one of us. If you have submitted your information to them one time or the other in your life, they can look or tap on you anytime. So, which means that they will grab me, kidnap me, then they want me to face the court, which should be the house where the law is going to be interpreted, and then defend myself. But they don't believe in their own court. How do you think someone like me will actually feel? You may be living in Nigeria, and these things may not really matter to you, but they do matter to someone like me, because I believe that if they say you are wrong, you've done something wrong, the next thing is to hear my own side of the story. You don't gag me, lock me up, and start telling my story to your newspapers, your junk houses that you call newspapers. That's what they are doing in Nigeria. Junk houses that they call newspaper outlets or their media houses. What are they feeding the people? Lies that they want the people to hear from this. And that is not a system that anyone should be proud of. Why should I be proud of such a system? A system that is so dictatorial in a way that I should just forget it. Once someone in his office watch my video and feel so triggered, enraged, and then he start looking for me, and the moment he gets to see me, is the one that will arrest me, is the one that will prosecute me, is the one that will judge me, and is the one that will also jail me. What kind of a rubbish system is that? And that is what people with sense should be asking. That's the question you should be asking yourselves. Not a question of, my friend, someone deserves it. Nobody deserves to be treated. If the country has no law, we understand that. We say, well, fine. That's a dictatorship. There's no democracy in place or anything. There's no court. But there is a court. There are courts. And these courts are part of the democracy. And if they are not, let us know. And for those who choose to live in such society, enjoy it. It's free Sowore and let him go. That's just our own request. So they are bringing up a hate speech bill. The plan for the hate speech bill is not because of any hate speech, because the government is the promoter of hate speech in Nigeria. The government is the promoter of fake news in Nigeria. Buhari's government is the fakest of the fakest empty government you ever come across in your life. Not in the past, not in the future, ever in human existence. And this is why they shouldn't be the one championing a law that punishes hate speech. If not, Buhari should be hung by this time tomorrow morning. Thank you so much. You are true to Mayegun's diary. And your name and where you are calling from.
Thank you from somewhere in London.
All right, your name. I miss your name, my brother. I thought you were laughing.
In fact, you make me laugh this evening. Honestly. Actually, I don't like to comment about Sowore matter before, but I think there's a need to say something now. Brother, for every listener who is listening, they should calm down. The situation we are now, it's all of us. Whoever may talk, you might be anti Sowore or anti Sowore. Or no matter the places you place yourself, just believe that Sowore will come. The reason why they keep that guy, the guy knows too much, and he's a conscious man who has a conscience. He can't be by a boss, so it's not compromise somebody. So when you're dealing with that kind of person, sometimes in this kind of case, it's hard for government to get that kind of person. If you may recall, remember Faweyimi?
Chief Gani Faweyimi.
Do you know that he was the most jailed activist in Nigeria?
In his time.
Yes. And I could remember in the early 90s when Babangida released him and he told Babangida they should go and repair
the jail in Kano or either Kano or Sokoto that within so time they will collapse if they don't repair it. That is, the guy has been so used to that jail.
He said wherever he was going then, Ganifa, he said wherever he was going then, he always traveled with a small bag, his toothbrush, his teacup, his medication, his towel, and then his praying pajamas, his praying gown. That because it could be picked up anywhere, from court, from anywhere, and he's going to jail.
Yes, because Sowore is from that line of human being. They fight for people. Even if you get Sowore billions of some billions, he come out and fight. That is his destiny. They can't. Somebody like Sowore can never sit down comfortably, seeing others suffering
going on.
You understand me?
I'm with
so,
you.
To me, I believe personally they will release him. Nothing will happen to him.
But the continued what happened is this:
the true spirit of somebody like Sowore, because come to think of it, brother, no media house can carry what Sowore alone would do. Any news that you think that nobody can say it, give it to Sahara Reporter and publish it.
In fact, he revolutionized media in Nigeria. We have to be honest. He did. Sahara Reporters did.
So now, apart from that part, come and think of it. By the time you read the news the first time, second time, third time, you have to. Even the media houses now copy his news and read it out. Using him as a vessel come out from their shallow, scared self-esteem. Let me put it that way. So when you look at Sowore, he's too honest and he's a man of people. For those people who used to criticize, brother, sometimes when I come to your platform and I read comments, I laugh and smile and I cry. You know why?
Tell me.
The meaning of my laugh is my laughing is because I ask myself, are these people from the same planet that I am? Do you know the meaning of my smile? Sometimes I just smile. I look at it that some people in abroad are the most worst mentality. They have some kind of mentality that you can't comprehend. It's like they are not living in this planet at all. How can somebody living in abroad, light, clothes, water? My brother, 20 years ago when I first stepped my foot into abroad, the water was running in our tap in the ghetto where I was in somewhere in Arabia. And I quickly see it up. My colleagues were, all my roommates were laughing. They said, "Oh, this is the water we feel." I said, "No, we used to fetch water. We go to fetch water."
You did not say. Look. Did you try to iron your clothes so that you make sure that at least to make sure some of your clothes are ironed in case if they take power when you first got to your place?
Brother,
did you feel like that like for first few weeks?
Yeah? You know when it finally brought meat in the evening when we went to eat and the smell brought meat. You know what I did? I now went out with the $2 in my pocket. I couldn't eat. I called my mom. I said, how I wish I have a cargo. I have something that can bless what is in front of me now. And I'll be here this night so that tomorrow you people can eat and enjoy. Brother, that is the sufferness in Nigeria is extreme. That's how I can put it. Even the president, the governor, the minister that we are talking about, brother, I came out from an outbreak family. Most of my uncles, my brothers, if I mention my real names, they will tell you who am I. I knew all these politicians. Until I came outside, when I realized that they are suffering, they are suffering. They are suffering. So, being you governor, being you anybody, because why? There's nothing in their brain.
Let me leave you here to listen to others too. I understand.
There's nothing in their brain. Because, brother, who is the governor? Who is the minister? Who is the whoever you want to name it in government? They are from our community, society, the town, the city.
They are from us too. They were once like us too. So if they can't,
let me tell you, the people forget early 80s when Buhari first became during Shagari second term, 1980s election, stroke 83, that caused all those states riot, that caused riots all over Nigeria. Do you know that we don't forget that time that there were free education, including the free food in the school? Some people who is listening now will remember what I'm telling you.
That's right.
All this allow we whatever they call it, all those books that sharing
were very much available at the time. You're right.
Now, early 90s, up the early 90s, before 15 naira came out, do you know that we still have a tap that run on every street in Lagos, in Ondo State, in Ibadan, that we used to carry big tap?
That's right. That's right. I grew up using the public tap in Lagos. Like in our house in Lagos, we have our own tap in our own compound.
Now, are they all those people that are criticizing Sowore? Are they human beings now?
Are they better off?
Because, oh my goodness, if they are human beings, they will remember that before we used to have this to fight for it.
Why are we not having them?
Electricity. Electricity. Since 1993 downward, brother, up to today is just a mess. And Nigeria electricity today, they want to fix it. Take them nothing less than 25 years. Mark my word. Nobody can fix the electricity of Nigeria in 5 years. Because
thank you. I will stop you here now. You've exhausted all your time. Please, I'm going to stop you here now. Thank you so much for your contribution.
Yeah, I will just tell you one thing.
Okay.
Brother, all those comments, don't pay attention. Carry on what you are doing.
Thank you.
That's all.
Thank you so much.
That's the only thing you can do. Do not just read and smile. Okay.
Thank you so much for your time as well. I appreciate your time. Yeah. Thank you. That's a good one there. Tragic, isn't it? Is taking us back to the memory lane that if you want to believe you are human, at least if you are in your 30s now, you should have a moment of reflection, a moment of sober reflection. I mean, a moment you can look back and just flash back and feel like, well, we used to have so and so things back then. What happened? What have these guys been doing? And stop buying the lies that more people are now. Nigeria have more population now than before. Good evening, sir. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, this is Santos from Nigeria.
Dos Santos. You finally got Nigeria number now.
I have Nigeria number before. I just started this team.
No wala. Yeah. So what do you have for me tonight?
Yeah, the thing is that I'm always laughing whenever I see things like, let's say, things that happened during 1984 is repeating itself. No, it's repeating itself. I always laugh because we were deceived. Okay, a lot of Nigerians were deceived by like Buhari being a born-again Democrat. Okay, when you look at his antecedents, right? Awolowo was arrested. He seized Awolowo's passports. Tai Solare, a comrade, was arrested. He died in a prison. Okay, Ambrose Ali and so on. I can list them. Gloria Inyama. There are a lot of people that Buhari dealt with during the military era. And look at what is going on today. There was a statement that Shehu Sani made, I think yesterday or 2 days ago. I can't remember the exact.
Okay.
He said, the Ghanese, Falanas, the Bekos, Felas, okay, fought for this dictator. now the monster is risen. Okay, now look at good. Do you know that I knew that Buhari would use the DSS to deal with a lot of Nigerians. Anything that is going on, when DSS is acting or arresting Nigerians, I just want everybody to know that it is Buhari that is responsible for it. Why? Because when Buhari traveled to UK for medical treatment, he transferred power to Osinbajo. Then the DSS chairman.
It didn't.
Listen. No, not now. I'm not talking of now. Listen, just listen, Mr. Mayego.
You need to clear. You always need to listen, Dos Santos, right? You know, some of the times when you are picking your point, it's like you have so many things going on in your head that you want to say at the same time, right? And I don't like you deviating. So most of the time, even your listeners do misunderstand you, right? So if you want to say, if you want to talk about the way Buhari left Nigeria and transferred power to Osinbajo, make it clearer that when he went back then. You know what I mean now? Don't make it look like Buhari left Nigeria and then because you are telling us about Buhari's dictatorship. Then at that point you said he left Nigeria and he transferred power. He didn't this time around, and it's not in Nigeria.
No. No. Wait, just allow me. Let me explain something. Okay. I'm not talking. There are several times he has been to UK. I'm not talking of this time. I'm getting to somewhere. Just listen.
Okay.
I'm getting to somewhere. Yeah, I said when there was a time he left for UK for medical treatment. He transferred power to Osinbajo. Okay. That was the time the DSS invaded the National Assembly, the 8th Assembly. You get what I'm saying? Under the leadership of Maman Daura. So pressure was mounted on Osinbajo to remove Maman Daura. Daura was sacked, and Osinbajo appointed the next in command, which is Matthew Seifa from Bayelsa State. He was the second in command. Okay, when Buhari returned from UK, okay, he sacked Matthew Seifa from Bayelsa State and installed his own person, a former military general. Okay, that is why I said Buhari is using that man to deal with any comrade, any Nigeria that tried to piss him off. He used Mama Daura, his own relation, to deal with Nigeria, and now he's using a military man, okay, that has already retired from the DSS, okay, brought him back. You see what I'm trying to say?
I know. Right? I know. See,
good.
I know the story, Dos Santos. Good. I know this story of what I've been. Hold on, Dos Santos. You know one thing I will say again is this. There's so many things that you want to say in your head, and you want to say them at the same time. Some of the time, right, you keep telling me, you know what I'm trying to say. You've never said anything. We know Buhari is a tyrant right now, right? We know Buhari is a tyrant.
Yes. The thing is that
we are all fucked up now. That's the point.
It will continue. Listen.
Okay.
It's going to continue till 2023. So Nigeria should expect, no matter how we protest, no matter what we do, is a military general. Nigerians will continue to expect, like I can tell you that Buhari, even if Sowore is released, Buhari will find a way to make sure that he remains there. He did it with Sasaki and the rest. Okay, that is what it is. Anybody that is against him, he will continue. No matter how we protest, he's ready for it. So he's using his position as the president to deal with us Nigerians. To be sincere, I really feel the pains for Nigerians. I really feel the pain because it's not easy, you know. Someone like Sowore I know he's trying to fight for our own good, but a lot of Nigerians, they don't even give a damn that this guy.
And that's the problem on the street. On the street, majority of them feel like that's what he deserves. So it's not fighting for them. Nobody believes anyone is fighting for them. And when they don't feel like they need any fight from anybody, it makes the fight somehow worthless. But we also have some responsible Nigerians who have stood up day and night, rain and sunshine, to stand up, even if their numbers are not really massive as expected. But if they continue to stand up, we shouldn't wish. We know those who don't want it, fine. And we know many reasons why many people don't want to support that. And we know that those people who are not supporting him right now on social media actually makes up just the 2% of the other larger population of those who will continue to elect criminals to lead them. So plus or minus, we are all fucked. That's the point now.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's see where this takes us.
I've seen a lot of people in Abuja here. Okay, there are some that them that are going into their business list because let me tell
they
you,
don't care exactly.
I have relations that are working in the government ministry. Okay, do you know that the way I'm talking to you on Facebook, there was a time you were making videos, live video on Facebook. My face will show up. I will be talking about politics. Of my mom friends that were in APC, they were my friends on Facebook. Do you know that these guys reported me to my mom? Okay, to the extent that my mom threatened that she's to disown me because I was discussing about politics.
There are many people who don't comment on Facebook. There are many people who don't want their faces seen because of the threat from this family.
Yes.
Let's see how this takes us. Let's see how far this takes us.
Dos
Santos, thank you.
In many areas.
Let's see where this takes us. Thank you, Baba. And you enjoy Abuja now, Abi? You enjoying your Niger?
In our business, I come for a beg.
Okay, all right then. All the best, Baba. Take care. That's Dos Santos there from Canada. So he's currently in Abuja. You know, he's on business, he said. So I have another caller here. Please, your name and where you are calling from. Shukuka Dibia. Sorry, my brother, hang on. I have this what's it called? Shukuka Dibia. So I'm going to kick him out of the platform just now because it seems to be causing some nuisance on the page. So there's something called respect. I know not all of us get that. Or sometimes if you want respect from people, you must be able to give respect to people as well. This is Mayegun's diary. I am not talking about Biafra. I'm not talking about IPOB. There is something called respect. There are times that things like this can be brought up and we can all talk about it, learn from it, and they discuss it as other topics too. But if you come on Mayegun's diary and you start abusing people, attacking people, calling them names, and you're asking them to talk about Biafra, you need to start talking about this, you need to start talking about that. That's called disrespect. And what we do to those who disrespect us on this platform is that we kick them out to never return again, ever. But many of them do return, by the way. They go on to open fake accounts to rejoin Mayegun's diary. And what happened is this. Even when they change their names or change their profiles, they don't change their attitude. It's just a matter of time. They'll start talking the same way. I will see them, kick them out again. How long do you want to be like that? How long do you want to feel comfortable being an asshole on social media? Like, feel comfortable being an idiot. So I'll kick him out now, and then we can have our peace. Good evening, my brother. Sorry for that little break. Your name and where you are calling from, Baba?
My name is Ade Richard from London.
Papa Ade Richards. How are you today?
I'm okay. And you?
I'm very well, sir. Thank you. Yourself. So what do you have for me tonight?
Let me start from this. Like I said before that, we need to mount pressures on this government, which is thank God that we are doing. You see, what happened regarding Sowore is that Sowore is not leaving Sowore is not the issue with the government. But they believe that Nigeria is scam. Let's just believe that it is scam. And even releasing Sowore, we add more to it. They know that and Sowore can many of if they leave him today. And it's gonna give the government more problem, more tough time. So reason why they don't believe that leaving him.
So they want to trap him with one of their own. Just like I said, get one of the politicians, make him look like he hold them.
Even though one of those politicians, you said it earlier, he can't play ball. He will not agree. So the only and taking his life is gonna cause more problem. Because if Sowore should die today, there are many thousands Sowore will be on today. They know that one definitely. Okay, the more they keep him, probably they will calm situation down. At the same time, they're scared. So because they believe that, okay, this scam that they're running, this guy knows the solution. That's the issue. Sowore knows the solution about this scam. Can able to expose this scam. Because if you look at it, it's a scam whereby let me put it, the opposition, this opposition, they're in government today. They were crying about Nigeria, structuring, everything. They'll do that. Did they do it? No. The PDP too again, the military, bad everything. No military, as you said, corruption, everything. When they get it, they do it. No.
Nothing.
So, nothing. And I need to say one thing. We, the current generation now, we are about to reject this cause that it go better. That is where we are now. We are about to reject it. And the only person that can help is this Sowore now, that is trying to like open our eye that we need to reject this cause it go better, that everybody's running away. Nobody want to stay. So, to me, is that we need to calm down. It's not going to be easy. We need to make sure that we keep mounting this pressure. We encouraging our people. I thank God that, like you said earlier, that people came out today to test and kudos, little by little. We need to continue telling them, drawing their ear, that we can't, diaspora people can't just come at go and come and rescue you. You need to start. By the time you get to a state that, yes, you are mounting the pressure, then the support can come from diaspora. That's right. Which is very good. So we need to keep this government on bay. We need to continue that pressure, and we need to, we diaspora, to do much as possible again, to keep supporting them, encouraging them. Like today, not tonight, like I can see that you are praising them. We need to continue praising them that way. Encourage them. Encourage people. Encourage more people to keep coming out. That is, it's not about Sowore now. It's about Nigeria. It's about rejecting that cause that it go better one day. It go better. That's what we had. I had it. So we cannot continue in this way. I'm not gonna let my own children grow up saying it go better. It go better again. You know what I mean? So that cause we need to drop it, and it's time now that we are start thinking on how to reject it. So what we need to do now is to continue encouraging Nigerians back home, whatever we can do to support them. We will. In any way. And we in diaspora again, we need to continue shouting louder and clear, louder, encouraging. We know their what do you call it? All their fake accounts they create on social media with all these funny names and they're ridiculous with meaningless pictures and all of that, right? Some of them are here to tell us to shut up. Because by shutting us up, the powerful they become. Because they have succeeded. They have succeeded in shutting everyone up in Nigeria. That people are now like murmuring. They are now humming information to themselves. You know, they don't want someone to know that they are the one who told you this. So please don't tell anybody. Did you know? Exactly. We know all kind of that way. But as long as we know where we are going, we can see it. And again, we are in a digital world today. Nobody can put food in our eyes anymore. Those days are gone. So we need to continue mounting this pressure. And again, all this little division we are among ourselves, some other people say maybe, Yoruba should go and do this, Igbo, with this, and all this kind of little division now. How can you do anything divided? How can you do anything divided? It's now your business, go and do it. Oh, now your own business, it's not our business. It's your own business. Then they want something done. That's not done. So at the end of the day, if you look at the way we are attacking each other now, they'll be laughing at. Look at them. Now, look at them. Is that not what makes them powerful? Look at them. What exactly do they want? So all this kind of little distraction, we need to be careful on how to manage it. But what we need to do is to continue mounting that pressure. And again, we need to stand on the point and make sure that because what Sowore is doing is about, they know definitely that this guy had the solution to this scam. They know it. If you leave him today, I'm telling you, he will start like producing. They don't know what he can turn out to be. That's why they are so scared. That is the fear. You know. That is the fear. They know definitely that leaving this guy, that play. Revolution thinking. So right. Play, it can turn to something else. So that is their fear. But our own is to continue encouraging those on ground, especially Nigerians on ground. It's going to get more tough. But we won't stop. We will be tougher. Ade Richard, you know what they say? They say when life gets tough, right? You should get tougher. That's how you can get through. So if it becomes tough, that means we will all get tougher. And let's see how that goes. Thank you so much, Ade Richard. All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Baba. Yeah, have a good evening there, sir. Nice one. That's Ade Richards from London, one of our regular callers on My Eagle's Diary. Quite interesting and revealing. So I wish I could have Comrade Jaylee with me tonight just before I go. But we have another 10, 14 minutes.
on the program before we round it. Oh, sorry. I think we only have about 12 minutes to go. So I have another caller right now. I think it's time from the US. Good evening or good afternoon. No, sir. Your name and where you're calling from?
Sammy from Dallas.
Sammy from Dallas. It's good to have you on My Eagles Diary. Yes. So, what do you have for me, sir?
Yeah, I'm just gonna be blunt with you, right?
Please.
Sowore is a very good guy. I admire his courage, and I know he's got a good plan. But I'm sorry, but I don't think Nigeria is ready for revolution. And trust me, I feel so disappointed when I see the number of people coming out to show protest for him.
Today.
You know, this is not what should be happening now. I think it came out at the wrong time. It's kind of sweeter to come when people are ready for revolution. You know, and it's so sad. It's so sad. The government of Buhari will not honor a court order, and I mean,
like you don't even know where to, you know, one won't even know where to begin from, right? Let's even say, okay, Sowore is even guilty of this crime, right? He has a right to defend himself, and so far so good. He's been going about it legally, legitimately. You took him to court. People disrupted a court proceeding. His lawyer represented him. He got a bail. You didn't fulfill that. You took him to another court again on the same charges.
And he struggled.
And then again, he fulfilled the bail condition. So even if you are going to find him guilty through your court, he deserves to represent. He deserves to defend himself. That's what we are saying. Like, okay, he's committed crime. He's done this. He's about to overthrow Buhari. We have evidence. Okay, fine. Then let's follow the legal line. Is that not how it should be?
And I'm telling you, I think it's even getting worse now. Even during the military regime, people can still come out and talk.
At least.
And now, this is a democratic thing in Nigeria. They want to silence everybody so that the third term agenda can be possible.
God bless
and
you.
I'm telling you.
So you've heard about that third term agenda as well, have you?
Yeah, I've heard about it. And trust me, if Nigerians don't come out now, there is no way we from the diaspora can actually support. It's their fight. I mean, it's all our fight, bro.
Yeah.
But they need to come out. And when they come out, then we can join them in this struggle.
That's right.
Sowore doesn't live in Nigeria. It's so unfortunate. He lives in America, and he lives in a good world, not in Nigeria. And right now, he's suffering for the Nigerian masses. And trust me, look at I follow him every day. I follow you guys every day. And look at numbers of people that came out. Look at the Shiite, or what's it called, the Shiite guy.
Oh, we have to give credit to these ones.
Look at numbers of people that came out for him. You understand? I'm so sorry to say this, maybe because you're a Yoruba guy, and I'm so sorry I'm a Yoruba guy too. But I mean, I don't know.
It's shocking. But do you know why? Do you know one thing? You know what, Sammy? You know what why I don't want to sort of completely feel disappointed is this, right? You see, Nigeria, our country, where we came from, especially Southwest, where we came from, things have gone so bad, so terribly bad, that sometimes, right, to give people development, even let's say we want to develop this area, we want to do these drainages and all of that, you will see young people, old people in groups telling you that you will need to pay them. The fact that you want to clean that drainage. And it's actually so normal that you will actually pay people to make their life better.
I'll tell you this, right? I was supposed to contest for federal rep in 2019. And at the time, I decided not to contest anymore. So I decided to support a friend. So we went for campaign together. And trust me, at each polling booth we went to before the election, right? All of them keep demanding for money.
They will
Money.
demand.
At a point, you give them money, the men will say, this for us. We need to give the women. Give the women, the youth come out, no, we want our money too. And trust me, at the point, this guy didn't even say that, man, I spent, this guy said, I spent over 200 million for this campaign. Now tell me, to be honest, you contested for stuff, you spent over 2 million for just Federal House of Rep, right? And when you win, you want to get your money back.
You want to. And that is what they don't usually consider too, Sammy. They don't consider, and they know. That's why they said they don't care where you make your money from, because they expect you to steal from them.
It's not only the government, we the masses as well, we had the problem. Trust me, we had the problem. Look, I managed to watch this Yaya whatever campaign. See the number of crowds that came to this guy's campaign, despite the fact that this guy is not doing nothing in Kogi State. You understand? What are they doing there?
It's a shame.
I know in one way or another they might have paid them.
No, they pay them all. You see that crowd. You've been in the political process for. You've experienced it, right? You see those crowds. You see those crowds you saw at Yaya Bello's rally. They mobilize them from every local government, and this is how they do it. They will say 3 or 4 buses per local government. So each local government has its own ward. So they will say 10 people per ward. And they may even put, they don't even put 4 buses for local government. No, they put 2 buses per ward. And sometimes a local government can get as much as 20 buses for 10 wards. And they move them from all over the state. They move them to the city. And they pay them 500 naira. And they will transport them back as well. That's the campaign in Nigeria. If you want to move that crowd, go and calculate 1,000 naira times those people that will come.
And bro, I'm just going to say one more thing. Why I say the youth are the problem of Nigeria. The recently concluded a Big Brother had about, I can't remember the number of votes they had for the Big Brother, and the amount they spent was over 7.2 billion naira. If the youth can come out and vote in that way, they voted in Big Brother, trust me, Nigeria will be a better country today. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Sammy, for your time. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, sir. So that's it, Sammy there from Dallas. Let me quickly say, sometimes we love deviating a bit. Sometimes just because we want to add some crack to the conversation. And let's have some laugh. The just situation can get you so worked out. So worked up that you can be angry always. Sometimes, back then I used to be so angry about everything because I'm always like, why? But now that I understand better, I don't really get bothered anymore. This is me shutting down on the phone calls. We're rounding up in about 4 minutes. So I want to use these 4 minutes to reach out to everybody, including those that will never go away. They will never go away. They know my ego. They will tell you, they say, this is my ego. This one just call me a big mouth. And that's why I'm going to quickly add something to it for you. Right? They know that my ego, number one, is not in support of PDP. Is not in support of APC. Is not in support of 99.99999% of your Nigerian politicians. They know that through my post here and there, but they are PDP supporters. They are APC supporters. They are Buhari Danes, Buhari Didderings. They articulators, articulated morons, and what do you call it? Articulator. Someone just told me earlier that, do you know there are those they call articulator? Those that will put all this methylatum on their eyelids and they will pretend to be blind because they want to scam you and take money from you. The articulators, the articulated morons, the articulated idiots. Then we have the Buhari Dins and Buhari Diterins, the Buhari Dinotus, Buhari Dichatus, the Ngozi Harris, the Buhari Shukus, the Mumu lecturers, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu Madus, the obedient fools, the humbled slaves, the offensists as they call themselves. They know that Mayegun is not their friend. But if they see me live, they will jump here. And this other group of illiterates, some of these guys who are like tribal bigots, talking about those tribal idiots, those ones that they love it. They'll tell you Yoruba is the problem of Nigeria. Yoruba brought problem over Nigeria. Yorubas are betrayers. Yorubas is the reason why I couldn't get my wife pregnant. Yorubas is the reasons why I couldn't, probably I've become a billionaire by now. Yorubas are the problem of everything that is wrong with them. The tribal idiots, the ignorant buffoons. They know that Mayegun will not play a tribal card. Mayegun will not jump down here and start shouting his usual, because that is who they are. And they know that is not who Mayegun is. But they still stay here. They are still on my page. They won't go anywhere. One just told me there that I should come down to Nigeria and join the protest with my big mouth. I don't need to join the protest in Nigeria before your government knows that they need to obey the law. Before your government, presidents, senators, governors, all of them, before they know that they have to obey the law. But because many of you have accepted that, it is so unfortunate, by the way, it is very, very unfortunate, right? We have two categories of Nigerians that will defend their oppressors. I told you we are just rounding up now, so let me just get them angry, Okay, we are done. For those who are just joining the program, right, you can watch this over again from the start when I stop. Okay, but this is for you. Nobody needs to come home to do anything for you if you are not in any way disabled, crippled, or probably mentally disturbed, whereby you can't really think straight. So you need help. You need people to open book for you and read to you that in 2015, the bag of rice was 7,500 naira. But in 2019, a bag of rice is now 24,000 naira. So you need someone, if you are not mentally retarded, right? You need someone to come back from abroad, to come to Nigeria, and then grab a paper with illustration that will show you that in 2015, your minimum wage was 18,000 naira. In 2015, a dollar to a naira was 197 naira to a dollar. In 2015, that you were buying a liter of petrol at 97 naira, and now you are buying it for 145 naira. A dollar was 197 naira to your dollar, but today you are buying it for 361 naira. Now, before you were eating imported rice for 7,500 naira per 50 kg bag in 2015. 2015 is sounding like it's so far. It's like we are talking about 1915. So some people right now, 2015 is like so far away. It's just 4 years ago. 7.5, you are paying for a bag of rice. A bag of medium Indomie, you are buying it for 50 naira in 2015. So you need me to come to Nigeria, to come and tell you that you are actually like a done for, that you are done for. You are only living through a borrowed time. No matter how long it takes, these first four years is just a start. You don't need me to come home to tell you that. If you have a responsibility, if you have children that you need to pay their school fees, if you need to pay your house rent, I mean, if you are really responsible, I'm not talking about social media wannabes, social media cloud chasers. I live in the UK, to God be the glory. You can be very sad, you can be angry, you can call it wherever you want to call it. I am not the architect of your problem. Many of us who are talking from outside Nigeria are not the architect of your problem. So for those of you who are voting PDP, voting APC, please, I am not your friend. I've said it millions of times on Mayegun's diary. You are just trying to make yourselves known in a way. And I like that, kind of, because we call your lives the crickets that makes so much noise, even though you are wallowing in that poverty, wallowing in that abject want and lack. insecurity and so many of those things. You are lacking under, you are living under that oppressed system. So you don't, in fact, this one I'm doing for you, you should be paying me every Buhari din or Buhari didiri on Mayegun's diary. Every Buhari, Buhari Dinotu or Buhari Dijatu, every Buhari Shuku or Ngozi on. Even some of you ignorant tribal bigots, tribal idiots on Mayegun's diary that blame Yorubas for all your problems. Congratulations. I don't live in the world of those that blame others for whatever is going on around them. Rather, I take a position, and that position is what we're asking you to take. If you feel like you're a victim of this madness, you shouldn't be standing up and questioning people to come back home. Come back home to do what for you? To tell you that the road you will drive through. Some of you will be watching as well from your traffic, Lagos traffic right now. Some of you are presently, you know what it is to actually live in Nigeria. You know what it is, right? Many of you just, what time is it? Some of you, this is 10:30 in Nigeria. So, which means that some of you are in traffic right now. So many millions of people are already, trapped somewhere, all over the whole place. And they've done their own road prayer just before they go home. Let us pray so that God will guide us and lead us home. That we will not meet kidnappers on the road. That we will not meet armed robbers on the road. So that we will not meet SARS for road. So that we will not meet all these killer policemen on the road. So that finally, Jesus Christ will want to get home and meet light. So that there will be light when I get home. So I am not the author of that. I am not. So telling you about them, trying to talk you into what you can do to get yourself out of that, right? It's your responsibility too to act to it. If you don't act to it, it's your own business. So mine is the little contribution I can give there, and to tell you that probably if you start standing up, maybe we can start having a better life. You can start having a country whereby if you go to court and court free you, you will know that at least you will go home. Nobody will need to do any special prayer before you are released from court. Let me tell you something just before I go. That just came to my mind. You can rejoice. You can jump up like frog. You can jump up like antelope. You can knock your head on the gate. Knock your head on that wall that is so next to you right there where you are watching me and you are running mad in your head. As a Buhari din or Buhari didiri, or as articulated moron or articulated idiot, or whether you are one of these tribal idiot, tribal morons, illiterate guys who will jump and blame everyone for their problem. Whoever you are, let me tell you this. You are not safe from what is coming too. So Sowore knows his own, he knows his own fate now. The whole world is screaming for Sowore, free Sowore, America, Canada, all over the world, UK. All over the world, people are asking that Nigerian government should free Sowore. You know that many Nigerians, as I'm talking to you right now, their family members are running from pillar to post, trying to raise money. If you ask them for which money, you will know that it's actually bail money. They are raising money, borrowing money now to go and bail their son, their children, their daughters, their relatives now in the captivity of SARS, police officers in Nigeria that will kidnap you because of the way you dress, because of the way your hairstyle look. Many people right now, they are calling everywhere, looking for someone to borrow them money or looking for someone to bail them out from police detention for doing nothing. So let me tell you something. So those people, nobody is talking about them all over the world now. I'm all over the world now. But we are all uniting behind Sowore because he wanted to stop that. And he is asking the government to do the right thing so that you will not live in a country where they will be treating you like a piece of shit, like a stray dog without owner. That's what he's standing for. But if all you see is your tribal madness, enjoy it. But just know that Mayegun is not in that line and we are not friends. So if you stay on my page, you are abusing me. You are, at least some of you will stay here for like an hour watching me, even though, right, in your bigoted mind, in your bigotry, right, in your tribal, racist bigotry, You still can't go anywhere. You have to stay here because that's where you feed your madness. This is where you can keep typing and typing. Right? Everybody stay inside this one. Whether you voted for Buhari or you didn't vote for Buhari, whether you are Hausa, Igbo, or Yoruba, all of you will have a bite. Stone me if you like. Bite me if you like. But just look at me very well. I am not one of those who started your whatever problem, whatever life crisis that you are going through in your life right now, that you are so enraged with your phone and you want to type so fast. You really want to tell me how stupid I look. You really want to tell me how much nonsense I've been saying. You are so angry right now watching me and you could punch the screen. But look at me very well. I am not one of those who put you in your miserable life. So Sowore, as a Nigerian who is doing what he should or what we all believe is right, should not be condemned simply because you can only see it through your bigoted, racist, tribal mind. I can't help you. And to those of you who are like the normal hangers on, the crumb chasers, right? The humbled slaves, the obedient fools, the Buharidins and Buhariditerins, the articulated morons, the articulators, the articulatons, the share the money gang. I am not your friend. I may be going after these criminals that we have in APC and so on. I may be screaming every day the way I scream every now and then. And to God be the glory, as much as I scream and scream and scream every day, you still have to sit there and watch me. Listen to me bashing you when you can't do anything. How sad is that? A page that you don't agree with someone, you don't like what Mayego is doing. You shouldn't be here. You should be somewhere else. But even when you sit down there as they bash you now, call you idiot, call you moron, call you articulated moron, articulated articulators, articulatum fraudsters, share the money lazy ass dogs who are not really different from the Buharidins and the Buhariditerins, the Buharidenotus and the Buharidijatus, the Buhari Shukus, the Ngoziaris, the Mumu lecturers, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu Madus. I stand with Omoyele Sowore, and when you stand with Omoyele Sowore, when you stand with the ideal that Omoyele Sowore stands for, there is no point in us pretending to be friends. When I talk about Buhari, does it make us friends? But now, so you go sit down there in Yoruba land. In fact, in Ijebu, they say a thief will sit down like this. And when you are cursing, whoever stole this, whoever stole the meat in the pot, the person will die like chicken. A thief will never talk. It will just be there like, So that's the way I see some of you idiots. I know my fans. You're just here. The circumstances brought you here. Some of you are here because you are here to defend PDP and APC. And in the process, you found yourself just staying back. You're not my fans. I know my friends. Okay? So all I have said so far are for those of you who wasted 90 minutes listening to me, bashing Buhari, bashing all your criminal leaders, bashing your party, telling you the truth that you never want to listen to. Even you defending them, calling you names. But you will still not go anywhere, would you? You won't go anywhere. Programmed morons don't really have mind of their own. You are not my friends. But I enjoy you being here. You make up the number. You see? You make up the number. Make up the comment. And after the comment, we kick you out. Wait for the next set. Every time you join us, we look at you, we'll see you, your trait and everything. Before you know it, we kick you out. Here, we don't have any respect for PDP or APC. We don't have any respect for 99.9999999% of your politicians. I hope you get that now, so that you don't get carried away too much, so you don't get disappointed too much. When you come on Mayegun's diary, just so that you are coming here to read a serious batching that will ever make you feel happy. But it will make you wise because it will get you thinking. From then you will start thinking, am I a zombie? Am I a programmed idiot? I'm a programmed idiot. Am I a Buharidin or a Buhari Didere? Am I actually an humbled slave or obedient fool? Am I a fencist or a Buhari Shuku or Buhari Ngoziari? Where do I really fit in? Before I go to that boy's page, before I join that boy's page, I don't get respect for those who respect criminals. Let's say that is as well. I just decided to add that just before we go. Thank you so much to everyone who have managed to call in tonight. Thank you very much to those who have managed to watch me. To those of you, the Buharidins and the Buhari Didere, the PDP, the PDP ass lickers, the PDP crumb chasers, the PDP vuvuzelas, the articulated morons, the articulators, and so many of you, and some of you as well, those ones I call the tribal bigots, those idiots that believe that whatever is wrong with their life is caused by a Yoruba man. It doesn't really matter if they have ever met that Yoruba man before in their life or not. Is he a Yoruba man? It is the problem. Thank you for your time. Thank you for at least subscribing and staying on to enjoy my passion of every goddamn criminal that is contributing, enabling wherever the lawlessness that we are currently dealing with in Nigeria. Thank you. And to everybody, my real friends, the real Mayegun's Diary fans. I love you, right? Yeah? Thank you. You are much, much valued. And you know that whenever we have our own contact in a way, yeah, we feel cool. This is our platform. It is a platform that those never do wells, those unfortunate beings would love to see to be shut down. But to you, you want Mayegun's Diary to strive, to grow, become our own voice for a long time. Thank you very much. And then good night. I'll see you again tomorrow.
After the election, where them do, we still they wait for the change. All the promise when they make, they don't be like saying I fake. Where the money, where the food, as everybody want improve. Since you come, no tears and pain, we don't tire to complain, I see the bad way you've been do. You don't tear Nigeria into two. 97% and 5%. You know been talk like president. They rule Nigeria with sentiment. And take your office to revenge. Oh yeah now, Oga Buhari, we dey beg you. Let Nigeria no go scatter for your head, yo. Yes, after the election, where them do, we still dey wait to see the change, yo. Cause all the